Welcome to CS. CS is a comprehensive web-based charge management and accounting software designed for judges of different sizes. It helps judges complete administrative and accounting tasks seamlessly. In this demo video, I'm going to showcase various features, tasks, and how the software can impact your judge. This video is not meant for training, but just simply to demonstrate what you can do with the software. My name is Ronald Wekeza, co-founder of Roshtech Limited, a company that powers CS. At Roshtech, we specialize in designing and building software solutions for judges. I'm happy you are part of this journey. Welcome. Now what you are looking at is the CS dashboard that is only accessible by authorized users of your church. And here you'll find all data and statistical insights about your church, like the number of members you are having, total giving to date, the groups in your church, grotto, and the financial section presents total income, expenses, net income, and pledges to date. And if you are maintaining a budget, it will be presented here showing how your church and your spending is performing as actuals versus budget. Getting back to the main dashboard, we have the member stats that gives a closer look or narrows down the member statistics, and at your glance you have the total number of members, how many are youths, how many are women, how many are men, and how they are performing in terms of contributions. The top 10 contributors and the top areas or purposes of contribution where the contributions of the church is being channeled to. Looking at the events and attendance helps your church to understand your church leadership. Your church leadership on attendance of different church events. And what are some of factors that are affecting the attendance. Keeping a transaction audit is important to any judge because at any given time we will want to track or audit what happened here, and here we cannot lose our records, our financial records whatsoever. You'll be able to keep these records for years and years, and you can always fall back to it to confirm something or to verify something. And with CS can help you create announcements and even broadcast this announcement to all members. On top of this announcement that is added here can also be shown on the main website, and the members and guests can be able to access it. Order of service, as admins and managers or leaders of the church can create or add the order of service. Order of service is very important to guests, especially on the website. People who want to familiarize themselves on what do you do at what time and if they're gonna want to join you. So adding the order of service here is easier. Can add activities, remove activity seamlessly. The audit tray is the home that logs every activities done by all users using your system. Now let's look at the menus and how CS can help you streamline your church administration and accounting activities. We begin with the church tab. Here the church, we can view the church profile, modify the church log, and this log you can upload your own church log to promote your brand, and it is going to appear on your church website. It's also going to feature in different reports that will be generated by this system. Down here, you can also find a unique number that is assigned to your church, and each account is associated with a free website account. By clicking this, you'll be able to see your free website, and on this website, it will enhance your church's connection with your members and the community. You can also increase your community outreach and community engagement by posting sermons, video and audio and text sermons. You can also share your mission, community programs, share about your church, your faith statements, or frequently asked questions. Who are you? Some questions people ask about your church, you don't have to wait, and you can be missing a lot out there. So do you believe in Trinity of God? Do you celebrate? You have common questions out there that people need answers about your church. And CS help you just to get right that. With church leadership, CS makes it easier to create and manage leaders, assign ranks to people to positions, and modify them in a core. Here you can easily add a new leader or assign a leader to a certain position, and even add additional fields you want to collect about a leader. With this, it enhances and streamlines communication within the organization. Within CS also help us to manage our church and segment it in groups like women fellowship groups, youth groups, music group, singing groups, praise and worship groups. Can create and add members in those groups, add and remove members seamlessly. You can also choose whether you want to have a registration fee for a certain group or not. Worship planning from A to Z. You can organize your worship, add scriptures, add songs, create services, generate programs, print and share them to members in Ago. So at any given time, you can make changes even at the last minute, and you be very organized to share this even on social media with those people who are involved. CS help church leadership to strengthen relationship between their congregations. On people's tab, you can find the members tab where you can manage all members seamlessly. And here at your fingertip, you'll be able to know how many members you have, and CS assigns a unique number. This number can be used on tithing cards and other resources within your church to identify the member. And with this can touch and build a strong relationship between the church and a member. Again, the member will be able to access various digital resources using the unique number that is assigned. When finding more, suppose you want to find a cross look about a specific member, and this is very necessary, especially if you want to audit how a specific member is performing in terms of attendance, giving, and others. You simply click on top of that member. Here you have a closer look about the member statistics, how the member is giving, and you can make informed decisions about that member. How if there is any outstanding pledges and how that member is performing in his or her pledges. It is very important to inform the judge even in the future when such a member is making pledges, whether the member is a fulfiller or a failure. Also, you can look at how the member is performing in terms of attendance, and this is very, very important for judge to have a closer understanding on how the members are performing and what are some of the factors that might be affecting such a member's attendance. With this, you can even arrange on how to reach out to that member because you always have the correct information at fingertips. If a member is holding any leadership position, it will be presented here, like which position the member is holding and from which date the member is holding that leadership position. As data settings, we can make a member as left if the member has left the church, and you can also include the reason why the member has left and which date the member left. By updating those details, the member is marked as left. With this, the church will not be keeping records of members who had already left the church. Also, when a member by bad luck or whichever is promoted to glory, can mark the member as promoted to glory and enter the date in which that member was promoted to glory, and the member will be stricken off from the general member records of the church. You can also easily export the members list to CSV, and there you can also share with other systems, and that makes it easier to migrate your members to other systems at any given moment at your convenience. Or if you want to integrate the report with the other systems. Member management stretches just beyond there. We can also always have details about the member and how they are contributing on various projects. This is very, very important, especially when you want to have a closer look on how each individual member is performing. By clicking on that member, you can always have a detailed report about how that each individual member is contributing on different projects and the dollar amount per each contribution, and charts that maps on which areas or contribution purpose that specific member is contributing. CS helps even to connect and to engage a member in what he or she doing with the charge by generating statements. These statements can be shared to members, and even members can also request their contribution statement. This can help to motivate members within the church to contribute. And here is an example of a member statement, which can also be printed or be exported to PDF, shared over the email or social media with the member or with other interested parties, and promotes transparency within the church. CS makes it very easier to manage members, especially when it comes to add new members. You can either choose to add a single member and enter the details of that member. And suppose there is other additional information this form is not capturing, at any convenience you can click at custom field and enter the name of that field. Suppose there is something you want to collect specifically about that member or you are in your church, but it is not on this form. You just enter, like maybe collect the village of the member, and that field is not there, and enter the name of the village. And that will be part of the form. Anytime you add new members, you will not again need to add village on each member. Another way you can also get, suppose you receive a list of members in an Excel spreadsheet, it becomes easier when we come to main members. You can use import members, and you can import the CSV file or Excel file. Just browse to where your member list is located, and you'll be able to import members. I've imported members, and that member, the new members you import automatically are part of your list. No waste of time. Say I have imported additional members, and we are having now more members than the number we had initially. CS simplify financial management, accounting, tracking, and reporting. To use CS to do financial management, you navigate to accounting tab, and here we will be presented with the tools and the resources to help you manage, track, and report financial transactions within your church. Chart of accounts helps your church to group together certain transactions and therefore make this easier to analyze how money comes in and leaves your organization. Funds accounting, it is the modern way of tracking transactions within the non-profit like a church, and it allows a detailed tracking of different funds, enhancing transparency and financial accuracy. With CS, it helps you to group your funds by your transaction by funds. A chart of account is pre-populated for you, and you can easily filter it by account groups or by account types, and by so doing, contributions, here you can track a member contributions. You can also create contribution purposes within your church. With contribution budget purposes, you determine how you want contributions to be identified. For example, contributions can be identified as a project, wedding contribution, funeral contributions, or any other contributions. And this will be very, very important, especially when you want to analyze how members are contributing on different contribution purposes. You can also receive member contributions and assign that member, choose which member contribution you are receiving, which account you are depositing that contribution and which income account you want to associate that contribution, the date and time on which the contribution is received, the exactly amount, the contribution, and the purpose why that contribution was received. And if you want to add as a memo here to illustrate exactly what other details concerning the contribution, then when you add the contribution, is added to your accounting records. You can also receive income, record income. Just come and choose what income you are receiving, seed grants, and exactly at what date and how much is that income, which account are you depositing your income, and if there is any other details information you want to associate that income with. You can the same way record expenses, make payments. You can pay someone, the name of the person you're gonna want to pay, the amount you are paying that person, the date and time, and if there is any other detailed information you want to include in that. So CS streamlines all financial accounting, including fixed assets in one place, managing pledges, vendors, and also tracking, managing your banking activities. These are a part of day-to-day church operations. Often you have a project or a project that have to be accomplished across a long specific period. Suppose, for example, you are contributing towards a project like wedding, people can pledge on how much they are going to contribute, and a deadline can be set for them, for pledgers to meet their pledges. The examples are numberless, could be pledges towards support of assistant costs like building of the church, or maybe normal mission contribution like self-denial, pledge to contribute harvest and anything else. And CS, it's a descent of this, presents you with enrichable features to track pledges. You have to, on your dashboard, go to accounting, tap, then click pledges, and under pledges, choose campaigns. Here it shows running pledge campaigns, like here, Caleb James's wedding. It's giving the target amount, 10,000. The purpose associated with this pledge is wedding, and the deadline for the pledgers to honor their pledges is here, and amount so far received on this campaign it is 700, and balance is 9,300. Now it is also good here, it shows how far the target have been reached. So far only 70% of the pledge have been fulfilled of the target project. Up here we have total campaigns. So far total campaign target is 17,500 and total received is 700 for all campaigns, and total due expected one for all campaigns. All this is for all campaigns, total pledges. So it means that there are 17,000 targeted amount, but only 1,170 have been pledged for, meaning this amount 16,330 has not been pledged for. So it's here. It also shows how each member is contributing towards those pledge. Like in this case, this 70, sorry, and the amount that has contributed so far is 300. The balance is 370. Fulfillment rate or 45%. So suppose you want to give more contribution, you can just receive and end exact amount here. Suppose she's giving in 200, then you can choose how she's paying debt. So it's the current debt memo. It's optional, or some descriptive notes or information, the description about the contribution. Let's click save, and the pledge is saved. We can close, and when we go back here, we see now that the amount contributed have increased by 200. And again, when we come here, we see that this contribution for this pledge have also increased. And when we use pledges here, we see how the balance for Mary have decreased. Now balance is 700. That is it. So what happens is that you can track the pledges and details on how each member have contributed to that pledge, and you always have data on historical data if a member usually fulfill his or her pledges, or is someone who always fail, and the fulfillment rate of that member. CS simplify planning and management of church events, ensuring better attendance. This also promotes efficient coordination of various events. And in order to manage events with CS, you navigate to events and notification tab. From here, you can add events and manage existing events without that auto, and you can also be able to follow up with events, upcoming events, publish these events, or broadcast them events to members and other interested parties. You can also export these events or even print these events and share in a printed copy. Events can be attended with people. CS enables to take, register, or track attendance in these events. For example, you can track the attendance in Sunday meetings, track attendance of Sunday school, track a Sunday school attendance, or track any other attendance within the church groups like women fellowship attendance, men fellowship attendance, or any other group that you see in your church. By tracking this attendance, it promotes coordination and understanding how different events are performing, and also you can have an insight on what you need to do best to improve attendance in various activities within your church. Yes, you can quickly generate financial reports by visiting on the accounting tab. Then under reports, you have plethora of reports you can be able to report on. To generate a report, a balance sheet, you can just choose up to date and click generate. It will give you the trial balance. If you want to generate general ledger report, click enter just the start date and the end date for between due dates from between which you want to generate the general ledger report, and you have the general ledger report that reports on asset, liabilities, equity, income of your church or your organization. And to expand on any transaction, any account, when you click it gives us a general ledger journal that the details on how the transaction that adds up to the general balance of that account. To generate balance sheet, or also called statement of financial position, simply choose statement of financial position and end sheet. You can also print the report, or even choose to export it as a PDF document. You can still enter the date up to which you want to generate the report, and the PDF document will be generated for you. Just you have to give it time. Once it is generated, you are free to print it, to share with anyone at your own convenience. Other report you will want to know about your church financial status is the cash flow statement. And to generate the cash flow statement, just choose statement of cash flow and enter the up to date. Then click generate statement. The statement is generated like the balance sheet and other report. You can export to PDF, can print or regenerate the report. To generate the statement of financial activity, which is also called the income statement, simply choose and end the date and CS makes it easier to have correctly and professional financial statement without being an accountant or having to hire an accountant, and this will save you greatly because most of the judges cannot afford to hire a professional accountant because of the limited resources. Another important report is on your banking. You can also always get the banker statement, banker reconciliation statement about different accounts. To get the banker statement, just choose banker statement and you enter which you choose which account you want the bank statement for saving, credit, or any bank cash account associated with your charge. You'll always have to enter from date to date. You can choose any time bound, even for years. It depends on what actually you want. And then the statement will be generated. This statement can be exported to a spreadsheet, can also be printed, can also be exported to PDF. Reconciliation. Then you indicate which bank account you want to generate a reconciliation statement, and the statement will always be up to date, the date you want to generate. If there is money coming in, there is deposit in transit that have not been reported, uncleared checks. You will find detailed video tutorials on this in our training videos. Another fundamental financial report you will not want to miss on is the fund balances. To generate fund balances statement or report, simply go to Accounting tab, then under Funds tab on Fund Balances. Fund balances enlists fund balances as to a given date. By choosing the date up to which you want to generate the statement, simply click generate, and you will have up to date the current financial status of each fund. In this case, like the general fund has this 20,000, mission fund, restricted fund is debit balance, building fund has a credit balance of that 1,000. Fund accounting is a standard accounting system for charges and other non-profits. Yes, to be honest, it's a comprehensive software designed to enhance church administrative activities and accounting. And to be honest, this video cannot be able to accommodate even a half of the features and functionality of the software. But just to assist you, yes, also enables you to track home visits, where you can set home visit goals like pastoral care, and you can always be abreast on how you are performing. We can also post events announcements that will appear here and on your website. You can send messages to members, SMS, send emails. You can choose whether you want to send to all members, maybe like a certain cluster of your members, like women, men, youths, or only readers. This is CS gives that convenience of mass messaging your church members and your congregations, and hence enhances engagement and connection between the church leadership, its members, and its wider community. Again, on finance, there are quite a lot we have not been able to demonstrate. CS can allows you to create and manage budgets, manage your banking activities, receive and make payments, record, enter bills, pay bills, manage bills, and you can be always have up-to-date bill status. You can also create and share invoices, manage invoices, clients, and also people. Clients are those people who owe you money or who do the business with the church. You can also manage loans, manage assets, fixed assets, manage fixed assets, create and track depreciations at your convenience. On top of this, we have the website manager, a home where you can use this tab to create all contents that will appear on your website. Like you can create and post sermons, you can post testimonials, post video and text testimony that can appear, will be featured on your website. Prayer items that you want to make them public, or you can also indicate that the prayer item is private so that it can only appear to authorized persons or not on the main website. Missions, where if the church have community missions, community engagements, can add church missions, community engagements, can share community engagement, and this also strengthen your church's connection with the community. Faith statement is a very, very important aspect of any church, and when a new member wants to church and a potential member wants to join the church, would want to know what we believe in, and therefore it is not good to leave it for speculations. CS allows you to create and share your doctrines or what you believe in, and this will be featuring, this is just a management panel where you can add, edit, or delete or remove these statements. But these statements are going to be featured on front page of your website. Also, there's are obvious questions people would want to know about your church, where you are located, whether which type of baptism do you practice, whether you do this or that. Yes, you will get tired answering these questions when it comes in recursively, especially when you have a website with CS that is going to bring in lots of people. So by sampling commonly asked questions and giving satisfactory answers, these questions and answers will be available on your main website and therefore can streamline and even standardized on how you respond on various aspects or various questions that affects various aspects of your church. Under photo gallery, no one doesn't love photos. Event photos can be shared and be posted, managed from here, but will be featured on your main website. The video gallery is an important feature that you will not want to miss on CS. Why? Because we can be able to share some videos of different events, like wedding events with members and the community, your fans on your main website and even on your social media. That's it for now. In case you have any question or you need specific needs to be addressed, kindly get in touch with us. We also have how to get started videos and tutorials to help you step by step. Remember, this demo does not have details on how to accomplish different tasks. In case you need assistance on how to get started to set up your new system or to get up and running to set up your accounting system, please get in touch via the provided contacts.